So, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do a Q&A with Stefan. For those of you who don't know, he is my fiance, husband, boyfriend, whatever you want to call him. I think he's past the boyfriend stage now. And we just have an announcement to make.
So we live in the Netherlands now.
Yeah, we just moved to the Netherlands. So as you know, or you might not know, we used to live in Ireland. I've been living in Ireland for the past 10 years, and then Stefan moved.
I've lived there for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Then we met in Ireland, and then we decided to move. So I think we're just gonna start with why we moved, right? And when we arrived here in the Netherlands, because based on my vlogs that you've seen, we were in South Africa for quite a while. And then do you want to say when we moved to the Netherlands?
So we moved to the Netherlands the 31st of October. We arrived in the Netherlands after I barely went. I almost wasn't even allowed into the country that day, so it was a bit of a nerve-wracking first day. But yeah, since the 31st of October, we've been in the Netherlands and adjusting to the Netherlands, putting in floors, lighting, furniture, like all of these things. So yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah, so why did we move to the Netherlands? I think let's start from there because none of you really know. So as we said, we used to live in Ireland, and as we got engaged, we were thinking like, obviously we need to move in together, and what do we do? Do we buy a house? And for any of you that know, the housing situation in Ireland is crap. And we said, why not try out something different? And then I think we had a few choices. And then Stefan was the one that more or less said, oh, maybe we should think of Netherlands. Why did you think of Netherlands?
I would say I lived in not lived, it's about 3 months that I stayed in the Netherlands in the past, and I really enjoyed it here, so I feel like I've always wanted to come back again. Yeah, back then I was staying in Amsterdam, not in Den Bosch where we're currently located, but...
Other things that why we decided to come here is because it's good infrastructure from what we've seen. Obviously it's still in the heart of Europe or so it's good access to other countries. So we both just want to travel around as well. Maybe we're unable to do it straight away, but with time we'll get there, and then maybe we'll, I don't know, live here for a while, decide if we want to purchase a property, how we like it, and so on. So yeah, we arrived, and currently we're living in Den Bosch, which is a little village, like everyone calls it. It's a city. This is where my work is located as well. Yeah, and then I want to say a bit about the first week when we arrived and kind of the shock. And to give you a bit of backstory, the housing here is not great as well, and we managed to get an apartment in Den Bosch in the city center itself for a good price, and that's why the decision was to come to Den Bosch itself. And as many of you don't know, probably when you move into a lot of houses in Netherlands, there is no floor, it's unfurnished. So
yeah, so I'll say that was definitely as exciting as it sounds coming from abroad. You're like, oh, I have a brand new apartment. Walking into the apartment and there's no floor, no lighting, no nothing. It was still very exciting, but it was as well, as soon as we started putting in the work, we realized a lot goes into it as well.
Yeah.
You definitely need to come with a bit of a savings account, just to at least get some basics, get a plate, freaking a pot, a pan, a mattress, whatever, just to be able to live. But I mean, it's all very exciting. It's nice to call the things over.
So when we arrived, we had to live in Airbnb for a week because we were only getting the keys on 7th of November. So you can imagine, if you know that you have a house that doesn't have floor, that doesn't have furniture, you probably need to start thinking, okay, what can I purchase? And we got a car straight away to make things easier. We figured out, okay, we probably need to go sort out the floor, but with the floor, we couldn't take it into the Airbnb, so we had to have it delivered on the morning that we were getting in the keys. And we started purchasing some items from IKEA. So the first things we had was floor, mattress, and stuff for the bed, like pillows and so on.
And like things for the kitchen, like that.
And a few things for the kitchen.
Yeah.
So do you remember the first night when we got into here?
Oh, the first night
Or
we
day?
got, what, when we had dinner the night? Or
Well, I mean, when we came into this apartment, what was your reaction?
I'd say it was excitement, but also like realizing, oh crap, like there's really nothing. Like it wasn't that warm embrace that you maybe expect from a new apartment, but
it was
so
dusty. It was empty.
Yeah, it was cold.
Oh, we were tired.
Yeah,
but so basically, when we arrived here the first day, Stefan put the floor. We literally in the bedroom, and then we put the mattress, because the mattress also arrived that day, and it had to basically decompress or so on for at least 5 hours. And then we made the bed with that. Everything was like in dust, and then he started putting the floor in the living room as well. So the first night we ate on the floor in the living room, on the space that there was like a bit of floor on. Yeah, and then we went from there. So something cool that they have here in the Netherlands is the marketplace and the second-hand places where you can go and get a lot of furniture. So we got the first purchase from there was like a coffee table. This one that's, while we're filming the video, it's here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. And then Stefan is actually quite good at the marketplace. So if you want to tell what you got in the marketplace.
Yeah, so okay, the coffee table we got from the second-hand shop and the marketplace, the online second-hand community where you can buy and sell things. Well, first purchase was getting like a massive dining room table. Like we were like thinking maybe a bit smaller, but we ended up buying a 2.2 meter long by 1 meter wide dining room table of like oak and steel legs. So it's quite a nice table. Very happy with the buy. And yeah, like probably we bought it for about 70% less or 80% less than it usually cost.
Yeah, we got it for 150 euro. The table probably would be, I don't know, 700 euro or something.
800, 900.
Yeah.
And then the other purchase I saw was, as I was scrolling through Marketplace looking for beds, literally a post came up that day, and also for 155 euros we managed to get the box spring bed frame, bedside tables, and then 2 additional hanging cabinets as well for above the bed. So yeah, that was also a very good deal that we were quite happy to get, or lucky to get.
Yeah. And okay, let's move on a little bit from this and just kind of say what's your first impressions of Netherlands now that you're back? What do you like, and maybe what do you dislike?
I was excited. Like when I arrived, I remember in the train, I was quite excited to hear the Dutch again around me and to just be able to travel on the public transport, because like in South Africa and Ireland, public transport isn't really the best thing. It maybe sounds simple, but I don't know, I tend to the luxury of traveling on public transport's nice. Being so close in the city centre where we're staying is also very nice. Yeah, I'll say that weekend markets, fresh bakeries, all of those things are very, very nice places. And as Vlada's probably complained a lot to me about, that there's a lot of nice main store for clothes in Den Bosch. So I'm not sure if it's the whole Netherlands like that, but definitely for me as a man, that's very nice, because I feel like every place I've lived at, there's never nice men's
He's
shops.
got too many and I have not enough. Well, still better than Ireland, but yeah.
Dislikes, I don't know, I'll say probably it's like I'm tend to be more on the social side, so I think I've struggled a bit to connect with the Dutch people perhaps, but probably my biggest downside is I unfortunately don't work in Den Bosch, so I need to travel to Sliedrecht every day where I work, and it's about a 56-minute commute. And the public transport, with my luck, there is not public transport stopping close by there. Plus, I have to take multiple trains to get even close there, so it's better to drive with car. So, commuting that by car, I'll say, is my biggest dislike so far in the Netherlands. As I think like Vlada really enjoys driving with the car everywhere and prefers that, not public transport. But one of the main reasons I wanted to come here was to be able to make use of the public transport, and with my luck, I fell into a position that I currently can't. But probably another fun thing that we did the first weekend was going to IKEA. Like, IKEA is not in South Africa, there's also only one in Ireland. I never was there in my 2 years. So
we
going
had
to
breakfast
IKEA, having the breakfast, having the cheap breakfast, and then spending about 3.5 hours there just walking through there, getting some of the first things for the house. I'll say that was my top point so far. And there was also the 11.11, the start of the carnival season in Den Bosch. That was quite an experience. Like fun wise, but we definitely felt so out. Just like every single person in the street was dressed in red, white, and yellow, because that's the Den Bosch color or the carnival color in this town. And we were just dressed in plain black. So like you would never think that just wearing black that you would stand out in a crowd, but we were standing out so badly with everyone being in red, white, and yellow.
Yeah, so for me, just the first positive straight away is that finally we have our own place to live in, and it's like an apartment in the city center. And I always wanted to try to live in the city center and to be able to live in like a separate place and not have to share it with anyone. And so that's definitely my two biggest kind of pluses. And also, it is easy indeed to use the transport to get to, let's say, Amsterdam and so on if you need. So I had a few work functions in Amsterdam, and I just went by train, because you get on the train, you go on the metro, and that's it, you're there, and it's very easy and convenient, and you don't really need to worry about anything. What else did I like? I think a lot of the points that you've said, so I'm not going to repeat that. From the dislikes is food. So I'm struggling.
Okay, well, I'll say, let's say the food that's at work available. We haven't really went out for dinner now yet.
Well, we went once and it still wasn't great, but I think it's just the food culture. Let's say I'm not a big just sandwich eater, and it's like just sandwiches everywhere, so I'm still adjusting. And like even in the supermarkets, I think a lot of the things that we are just used to, that we're familiar with buying, they're not here, even from like, let's say, the veg section and so on. But two things I miss is good butter and even like porridge. I haven't seen good porridge. Not that I use porridge a lot, but
so difficult just to get good oatmeal. Like, please, if you have tips where I can get good oats, like freaking hell, like it's been 4 weeks in the Netherlands and I have not found good oats yet.
So I think it's just things like that perhaps one doesn't think about. And definitely a lot more of the greenery side of Ireland and so on, but that I think both of us are a little bit missing. But also, let's not forget that it's winter outside, so well, winter in a few days. So I think this are some of my minuses. Oh, and it's okay, there is one you won't agree with, is the banks. Okay, so the banks look amazing. They look like little coffee places. You think it's a bank and you're going to go in and open a bank account. No, you have to open it online, and if you go there, they'll probably put you to open it online as well, which is a bit difficult because it wasn't the easiest now to set up a bank account and so on. It was easy to go and get like a local BSN number, for those that know what that means, but the bank process was
like for instance, like we had to wait for the BSN number, or I had to at least wait for BSN number before I could apply for a bank account.
Like PBS.
And then I did the BSN number, and then online they were like, oh, I still can't apply, I need to go into the bank branch. Then I go into the bank branch, that's completely empty. Then the woman that's currently not having any clients will be like, oh, sir, you need to make an appointment and come back to the bank. Then I had to make an appointment. That was like waiting 5 days or whatever before I even had an appointment. Arrived there, stole, the bank is empty, there's no one in there. Sit down, and exactly the same process that I did on my phone that they kept declining and said I must go do in the bank. Literally, she just did it on her computer and then it worked. And now I still need to wait 5 days to get my bank card and bank to be active. So, I mean, like for me in South Africa, it's a case of you go to the bank on the day, they take all your details, you get your card, you get your PIN number, you can immediately use it. So that was quite frustrating for me. Ireland also took some time, but definitely the Dutch is like I understand doing everything online and having computers doing it, but like some human interaction is also nice. Like even I remember like today when we were at the grocery store, there's like barely anyone in the grocery store, and sometimes, especially if you're new to a place, even if you just want to like ask someone like, hey, do you have this? Where can I find that? You literally walk through the grocery store and there's just no one. There's no one at checkout. There's no one anywhere. You're like, okay, I guess I'm doing this myself today.
Yeah, but okay, let's go back to the pluses. Definitely IKEA's a lot of more shops. Again, very nice interior design type of stores where you can go get things for the house and so on. So yeah, there's its pluses. I think a lot more to discover for us because we are still in the process of, we are just busy with the house things. We haven't got the chance to really go around and explore. We haven't got the chance to visit some of the bigger cities and the nicer cities. I've been to Eindhoven with my friend and then with Stefan as well to IKEA, and we went to Tilburg to IKEA, but that doesn't mean we've properly seen the city, and so Breda, yeah. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Let us know what other questions you have, and I think obviously I'm gonna include some parts in this video of how we arrived, what we've seen. Maybe because I think my camera was messed up, so it might be that the first videos are also not working. So if I don't include any videos, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Let us know your questions for the next video, and also let me know if you want a video with Stefan about the upcoming wedding that we're going to have in September.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.